right into our nice quote here.
Of the death pit.
That's my business model.
Get the booty. Real talk. Emotions. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those. We are talking about the scariest thing known to man. It's not giant spiders. It's not Britney Spears making a new album. It is emotions. Emotions are easily the scariest things in our lives because we have no idea how to control them. We can control everything else we found in nature and science, except for maybe some of that pesky quantum physics. But aside from that, we've basically got it all locked down. But this strange thing called emotions seems to, be so uncontrollable. It evades us. We don't really learn much about them as kids, especially if we're males. Nobody really teaches us how to deal with these things. And so this talk is going to really get at the real reason emotions are so scary. The reason they're so scary is because they are irrational, and you have an overwhelming desire to believe them and listen to them. Let me explain what I mean. So anything that is logical or rational or something like that has a reason. An if A, B, then C statement. Something like that, right? That's where our basis of Western science was founded on. Emotions actually usually don't have a reason. They are biological manifestations of neurotransmitters in between the synapses of our neurons that cause us to feel a certain way. We do not choose to feel this way. These things happen, and there's lots of different science and talk therapy and counseling out there that will tell you you can feel however you want to feel. Take charge of your emotions, empower yourself. You can feel how you want to feel. Yes, to an extent. You see, the scary thing is that yes, you can choose to regard or disregard your emotions, but you'll have this very, very unsettling period in your life where you will listen to your emotions. You will do everything. You'll live in the moment. You're just doing how you do. And what will end up happening is you will have a whirlwind couple of hours or a whirlwind couple of days. It'll feel like the best days or the best hours of your life, and maybe some good things happen, stuff like that. It's been like this amazing roller coaster, and you think back on it and you go, wow, like I didn't really think much about what I was doing. I was just in the moment. I was just feeling, I was responding, I was emoting. And when things like that happen, that's when you want to trust your emotions. That's when you say, hey, I think these emotions are not so bad. They're kind of working in my favor, I had some really spontaneous moments. I said some sweet things. I did some courageous stuff. I tried something new. I have a new memory. But then we come to when reality comes crashing in, because if you did and listened to everything your emotions told you, we would be in a very, very scary place. And I mean, we kind of already are, because a lot of people already do really respond to their emotions, but there is no perfect world where you just listen to all your emotions and do how you feel and everything works out in the end. It doesn't work out that way. At some point in your life, you have to say, hey, you know what? I know I'm feeling really lonely or upset or frustrated or something right now, but there's something else I need to do. So these emotions need to go off on the side, because I got to go do some things because I'm a productive human. Sometimes you have to do that. So, it's counterintuitive, because when do you listen to your emotions and when do you not? And especially when you've been listening to your emotions, you get caught on this roller coaster, right? Where you're on the ride and you keep having the ups and the lows and the highs and the downs, and you don't want to get off. It seems like you're having this great time, but eventually you have to get off the roller coaster and say, hey, I've been at the amusement park for like 3 whole days. I need to go home and like make some money or something, or maybe feed my kids or my dog. I don't know. I should probably do something that is not an amusement park ride. Because don't get me wrong, one of the greatest things about our humanity is our emotions. That is what makes us who we are. Without emotions, we would essentially be robots. If everything we did was logical and rational, it would be ones and zeros. This would not be a conversation we would be having. This would just be a very terrible, terrible time. So the emotions are the human element at play. Just the question is, how much do we listen to them? And that's why it's scary. That's why it's scary. Because you have a really good weekend and everything goes well and you have a great time and you want the good times to keep on rolling. But eventually sometimes you have to say, you know what? It's time to go back to work. You know what? It's time to be responsible. You know what? Just because you feel that way, that doesn't mean that's the way things are. And that might sound jaded. It might sound bitter. It might sound like, oh, wow, David, he's really dealing with some stuff right now. But no, I'm trying to capture the truth as I see it. My personal truth, but I believe this is a common human experience. This separating out the emotions and the rational and finding your place in the world. When do you listen to your emotions? When do you run in your emotions? When do you live in the moment? When do you disregard things and get your head up and you plan for the future? When do you stop planning for the future? When do you just live in the now? It's so hard to say because these emotions are these deep, personal, powerful feelings within us that make every fiber of our being want to agree with them, to indulge them. They seem so right. They come from within. They don't have an explanation. They're just there. They compel us. It's so hard to say no to that. And that is the challenge of being human. That is the challenge of leading a happy, productive, healthy life. Because so many people do not know how to live this teeter-totter act of emotions. Some people just totally disregard their emotions for their entire life and they stay busy. And they make lots of money and they have a great job and they get their mortgage, their kids, they pay their taxes, they contribute to the community, but they're shells. They're living empty, shell-less lives. And other people don't give in to their responsibilities. They spend their entire time being emotional. They live from thrill to thrill. They throw away things that are not, enjoyable or fit within the worldview of who they are. So, I guess ultimately, you have to really decide who you're living for. Are you living this life, right here, right now? Are you living for you? Or are you living for the next life? The next you, maybe, if you believe in reincarnation. My point is, sometimes we gotta live in the present. Sometimes we gotta live for us. And, yeah, there's gonna be those painful moments where you have to come down off that high. But that's when you look forward to the next one.